says yeah. That's totally awesome. Alright, pulling all the ads together. Don't know if everybody's watched Avatar: The Last Earthbender, but the series is totally worth watching. Every summer, we rewatch the series beginning to end. Because Avatar is awesome. So I would recommend, if you haven't seen Avatar, watching it through one time because it's awesome.
What's the word on the street?
But Avatar: The Last Earthbender. Avatar with the blue people, that's not a bad one. I just like Avatar: The Last Earthbender better. Pulling the guys. Careful with these Adult Thugs. Don't forget that these Adult Thugs do enrage, and they hit really hard when they do enrage. So you want to be very careful with them. You can tell they enrage because they inhale vapors. When they inhale the vapors, they then enrage and deal 50% more damage for 20 seconds? I believe it's 20 seconds. At about 30% on the ads, we are going to pull the Peacekeeper in. We have a couple of ads left. 42% on the highest ad. There we go, 30%. No, I pulled it. I shot it with Reaper's Mark. Yeah, Reaper's Mark doesn't have a visual when I send it. It might have a visual, but if it does, I've never seen it, so. Okay, focus down the Peacekeeper. As soon as the Peacekeeper is dead, we're going around the corner to the left. We're going to pull the next Peacekeeper, and the guy's on the left of him. We are not going inside of the... We are not going inside of the building. I personally don't like going inside the building, so we don't go inside the building. Alright, good note here. This ad that's sitting in the back, the one that's throwing the penny for your thought at us, you don't have to kill it. It goes out of combat when you walk away. So you just leave it. I don't know why it does that. It pulls like it's going to pull for us, and then when you walk away, it just stays there and it goes out of combat. So if you do pull on the side like that, just don't worry about the ad that's standing on the floaty, because he goes back out of combat. Okay, be careful of that mech jock. Remember that when the mech jock is low on health, he's going to turn and he's going to run to the mech. You want to make sure that you use some kind of CC or slow on the mech jockey to keep him out of the mech. Mech jockey is running away. Pulling him in. Careful with the Ice Spritzler. The Ice Spritzler is one of the...
Overcome this trial. Win my favor.
Test. I don't know why my headphones turn off sometimes. Okay, we are doing really well, so I'm actually going to pull these guys on the left into the next pull. I don't recommend pulling this if your party dies or if they are missing interrupts. Not that it's a bad thing to die or to miss interrupts. It's just that this pull, you have to make sure you're getting that toxic cast interrupt. And if your party's generally getting interrupts, they'll probably interrupt the toxic cast interrupt. So, I only double pull this pull if your party is not dying or getting a lot of interrupts. Or if your party's getting a lot of interrupts. As soon as these guys are dead, we're going to pull the boss off to the side. Good note during this boss fight. Do not tank him in the center of the room. If you start him in the center of the room, he's gonna throw coins all over the center of the room, and it's gonna be very hard to move him as the fight goes on. So be very careful not to pull the boss in the center of the room. Healer has 18% mana. Where is he? Yeah, he Queen's mana. 60, 80. Okay, pulling the boss. Pulling him off to the side. Hunter says he's low on mana. Static Pulse. Static Pulse is going to be a knockback. You want to be careful when you get knocked back. Make sure you're using a defensive, and if you're the tank, make sure you do not get knocked out of the room. If you get knocked out of the room as the tank, you could reset the boss. After the coins spawn, wait a second for everybody to kick the soccer balls before moving the boss. The boss will not suck in his coins right away. The Mythic Dungeon add-on does tell you move boss right away when the coins spawn, but you don't have to move the boss until after the electrical phase, after he shoots his electric frontal. So if you keep him still, your party will have enough time to, like, keep him still after the coins. Your party will have enough time to kick all of the soccer balls at the boss before you move him. So right now he has 50%. He has 50% health and we haven't used half the arena. And we did not use hero, which means our damage is gonna stay the way it is right now. So we're gonna keep him here. Soccer balls, everybody's gonna kick the soccer balls at him. All the soccer balls have been accounted for. Now the blue phase, we're gonna move the boss away from this gold. Move the boss. And then we are going to finish him off. So I do wait for all the soccer balls to be kicked before moving him though. Static Pulse. Make sure you're using defensives. Here's Static Pulse. 7% left on the boss. 4%. 3. So most likely when these soccer balls get kicked into him, the boss fight will be over. Now we are pulling the next 2 pulls back into this room. Oops. Letting somebody else tank. Careful with the drill stuff. Get Rock Lance. Make sure you're using interrupts during Rock Lance. Final Blast. Step out of the Final Blast. The Final Blast does not... It doesn't buff any of the ads, so it's okay if the ads stay in the Final Blast. You don't have to worry about that. 6% left on the ad. 2, 1. Alright, going to the next area. We're going to go up the hill and pull the drill guy at the top of the hill after this. After that. Now, like in Siege, you do not want to swim in the water here. There are sharks in the water, and the water sharks and the sharks in the water will kill you. So you want to be careful not to step in the water. It does take them a second to swim up to you though, so you do have a second to get back out of the water, just don't stay in the water. We butt pulled. No, it's a healer. He was backing out of the circles and he backed into it. I told a demon hunter once that he was the wrong kind of hunter in City of the Stars. Or City of Stars. That did not make him happy. He left the key. But he kept adding to my pulls, so... I thought it was funny. He did not think it was funny. Pulling the trash up the road. The sad part is we would have timed the key too. I think we had like 20 minutes left and we were on the second to last boss, and in City of Stars there's not really trash. There's one trash pull between the second to last and the last boss. So we were just flying through the key. Actually, City of Stars is a 36-minute dungeon, I believe. So yeah, it's second to last boss in 16 minutes. I'd have to look over the time again, but I'm pretty sure it's a 36-minute timer. Pulling the pole at the top of the stairs. Be very careful in this pull. So remember, as the tank during this pull, this Taskmaster is actually going to put this bleed dot on you. Heavy slash. This heavy slash is going to start out doing 296,000 damage every 1 second for 9 seconds. But every time the Taskmaster casts heavy slash, it's going to put the same dot on you again. And then every time this Taskmaster melees you after you have the dot, the stack is just going to keep increasing. So right now we're taking 1.1 million damage every 2 seconds. When the Taskmaster jumps away, don't follow it as the tank. Let the Taskmaster jump away and let him walk back to you so that you clear your dots before you fight him again. Okay, healer is getting mana. Tank pulled while the healer was getting mana. Pulling the rock guy off to the side. Always focus down the Azurite infused ad. The Azurite infused ad is going to get Azurite infused and majorly buffed. So you want to be very careful and make sure you're focusing it down right away as soon as it gets enraged. Careful with that ad.
Shockwave.
Atomic Smash is a frontal. Remember to step left or right out of frontal. Resonating Quake. During the Resonating Quake, everybody is going to take a little bit of AoE damage. If the Azurite ad is up, everybody will, well, they'll probably get one shot. It depends on the healer and the party's defensives. But you want to make sure you're focusing down this Azurite ad to avoid that.
Shockwave.
So, while the Azurite ad does not have a timer on it, your timer is the next Titanic Smash. So Titanic Smash goes off again at 15 seconds. So we have 15 seconds to kill the infused Azurite ad. I don't know what add-on this is that tells me that it's going to go off in a second, but it worked. So be careful with the Quake. I want to say it's a weak aura, but I'm not sure about that. New ads are up. So while the ads are spawning like this, you don't have to focus on the ads, you can keep focusing on the boss. You only have to switch the ad after you know which one's Azurite infused. Because it doesn't matter if you make him both low on health, he's gonna infuse whichever one he wants anyways. So there's no point in fighting the Earth Ragers until after he picks one to infuse.
Shockwave.
Azurok is almost dead. Also, we talked about this a while ago and decided that our warrior needs to save for Azurok when he charges. But I've not went over to the warrior and set up that macro yet. That would be... I still think that would be hilarious. Get into the mine car. We're in the same mine car? That's weird. Pulling the ads around the corner. Be careful of these test subjects. Remember, these test subjects, they don't do a lot of damage, but when there is a lot of test subjects, they do a lot of damage. So you want to be careful of these test subjects. Wow. We just blew up the test subjects. Like, what test subjects are a problem? I don't see any test subjects. Careful with the brainstorm. Watch the poison cast. Remember, you want to use CCs or interrupts on the poison cast. I'm currently silenced. Luckily, as a Death Knight, when you're silenced, you can still use your 3 main attacks. Death Strike, Heart Strike, and Morrow Run. So, being silenced isn't that big of a deal, but you want to be careful with the silence anyways. These tornadoes, if they touch you, will silence you. Oh, I was gonna battle res you, man. He's gone. This area has been flagged as too dangerous for casual explorers. Proceed with extreme caution. I've never read that sign before. Oh, and the next pull. Careful with the Mind Leash cast.
Resist. Yes. Resist. And yet, the void still grows.
I'm gonna tell him I'll be res. Ah, dang. He already released.
Don't have a target.
I love that healer's mount. I'm pretty sure that's the spider mount from Xerath Mortis. I never got enough spider's material to craft it. Yeah. Oh, cool. What trinket is that? Oh. Azurite Catalyst. Make sure you're putting the Azurite Catalyst over by the other, I don't know, gold and blue stuff.
Run away.
Propellant Blast. Use the Propellant Blast on the edge of the blue stuff to blow it all away.
Run away.
Propellant Blast again. The closer you are to the Propellant Blue blast, hold on, I mixed all the mechanics. The closer you are to the blue and gold stuff, the farther away the Propellant Blast blows it. So if you, as the tank, can move the boss just a little bit closer, it does help the party out a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Now on this part here, when you're trying to determine where should I go when the boss is shooting out his gold and blue stuff, you always want to make sure that you are going towards the opening. Generally, it's going to fill majority of the boss room with this blue and gold stuff.
Run away.
You just want to make sure that you are standing close enough to the edge that it doesn't, you know, that it, like, stand near the open area.
Run away.
Yeah, it was. Opened up a lot of room for us. Okay, we're gonna move in the center a little bit, try to beat the healer off the edge. The healer needs just a little bit of room off the edge. There you go, heals. %. Calling the war machine. Now, I did just touch the bomb. I totally blew up. Did I blow you up? Oh, you blew you up. Yeah, it blows you up. Don't touch the bomb. I think it just stands. Oh no, is that someone else's bomb? Yeah, you can touch that. %. Left on the pad. Then we're going upstairs. Now, I'm a Death Knight, and I'm very slow, so it's always a good idea to mount as a Death Knight. Or buy Potions of Gust so you can keep up on the floor. However, on the specific area, it is very hard to Hold on. Trying to use my abomination limbs to pull all these guys off the hunter. Every bomb chose to go to the hunter. Gotcha, hunter. That one's on the healer. We got it. Okay. On the pull here, it is very hard to stay away from the bombs on the floor. And because it's hard to stay away from the bombs on the floor, it's hard to go out of combat during this part of the dungeon. So, if you're in combat, sometimes you just have to go to the next pull anyways. Blaming the healer, first thing I came into here. Hello, heals. And welcome to the stream. We're not blaming the healer. The healer keeps getting blown up by mines. The mines keep picking him. I don't know why it's picking on the healer, but the bombs are picking on the healer. So we're not blaming the healer. But how have you been, heals?
Overcome this trial. Win my faith.
Careful with the bombs. Pulling the ants off to the side. Crawler mines, you can use CCs or slows to keep the crawler mines off of you. I went to a Korean barbecue place last night. You didn't like Korean barbecue, or you didn't like that Korean barbecue place? I'm 1% short. Oh, that crawler mine might give us percent. No, we're still 1% short. Okay, we don't really need it. Oh, dang. They will give you percent. I was just gonna go pull as many bombs as possible after the boss, but that was a better idea what they did. Alright, pulling the boss. Now that Korean barbecue place took over 1 hour to get a drink. Then forgot the second drink. Oh, that sucks. Pull one of the mines. Yeah, they were doing it. They pulled a ton of the mines. I turned around like they were gone. They were out of here. Now, it was not the wrong answer. It was the right thing to do. I was just gonna do it after the boss. But no, that's unfortunate. Hopefully their food was at least okay.
Watch your step.
I like Korean barbecue, but I like food, so it's hard to say that I don't like anything.
Behind course. Keep moving.
Careful with the Gatling gun. I want to say I don't like... I don't know, I would have to think of a type of food that I don't like. Yeah, we are. We're standing square in the middle of both of them. Ads. Focus on the ads. Don't forget to bring your arrows to the smashdown. Don't forget to bring your arrows to the beams for the smashdown. Their food was... Gotcha. Not my arrow. I thought it was on my head. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But where'd you leave your healer off? Is your healer... what level?
Target you.
I should have just stood by here. What level keys is your healer running now? 42% left on the boss. Careful with the blast.
Behind force. Keep moving.
Watch the Gatling gun. I think I stepped on that. 643 since I was helping her up.
Watch your step.
Hey, congratulations. That's awesome.
Behind force. Keep moving.
No, that's awesome being in 12s.